Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome, good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Hinamizawa, bus stop. Higurashi when they cry origin. Welcome to Hinamizawa. This is a slightly unusual fragment. The original fragment which would eventually grow into Higurashi when they cry. The difficulty is Genesis. It all started from here. The scene is set deep within the mountains of a certain region, where there is a bus stop on the outskirts of a village, the Hinamizawa bus stop. It is a lonely place devoid of people, with hardly any private homes nearby. Rain is pouring outside, and a gloomy mood hangs over the area. That bus stop is a stand made from crude wood that only just barely keeps out the rain. Inside there is a bench only wide enough for 3 people, and 2 town bulletin boards. The bulletin boards hold posters, including one concerning the national census and one about donations to the village festival. The poster that stands out the most, however, is the one reading "Oppose the Hinamizawa Dam Project," made by the residents protesting it. 2 young students, Mian and Rika, approach the empty Hinamizawa bus stop with only the sound of the rain to be heard. Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha! It's really coming down, isn't it? This is why I told you we should have brought umbrellas. But we couldn't play as hard as if we had our hands full of stuff, could we? Oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. Still, it's really pouring. I hope it stops soon. It's fine, it's fine. There's never been an unending rain, or a day the sun didn't rise throughout all human history. Ah, I think I just said something cool. Ah ha ha. If people could die from laughing, you'd be a pile of ash by now. Ah ha ha ha. I'd love nothing more than to die laughing. Ah ha ha ha. Gah gah gah. See, I told you. You alright? Yeah, gah gah. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Still, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I didn't think you'd find it this fun. Man, seriously though, today I had a buttload ton of fun. Man, seriously, you're exaggerating your enjoyment now. Not that it feels bad, though. Well, what do I say? I'm just, this is who I am, right? I'm always going off the rails by myself. I always thought that you considered me annoying, Rika-san. I've never once thought you were annoying. I love how lively you always are. Ha ha ha. So that's why I was really happy when you invited me to come out and play. When I got your invitation, man, all my plans, bam, cancelled. Forget about school, too. It probably wasn't a good thing that we skipped school to go and play. It's fine, it's fine. It's not like I'm missing a day. Fujishima's classes will make that much difference. Besides, we couldn't have worn ourselves out playing around like this if it wasn't a weekday, right? You think it really was worth skipping school to go play, then? Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Though, to be honest, I was really surprised when you suggested we should, as diligent you seem to be and all. It was a surprise for me to say that. I mean, Rika-san, you come off as a real teacher's pet, you know? So when you secretly whispered into my ear, want to skip school next Wednesday? Well, when that day came, I just had to skip. You know? I even thought you might be confessing to me. Just kidding. But before we know it, maybe our emotions will take us one step further from friendship. That's never happening, so don't worry. How can you be so sure? When you seriously fall in love with someone, gender is an easy hurdle to overcome. Mion draws close to her with an ominous grin. Rika inches back on the bench, trying to get away from her. We don't need to overcome anything. I'm fine as is. Since we live in such a remote place, the next bus stop, bus won't be here for another hour, you know? Not to mention it's also raining today. Plus, this bus stop is sort of a place people rarely ever visit. Not to mention it's also raining today, which means we have at least an hour where no one will come by to disturb us. Not to mention it's also raining today. And because of the rain, as Mion prepares to launch herself on Rika, two men, Tonegawa and Arakawa, appear. Mion hastily moves away from Rika. Man! Thank goodness. It really is raining awfully hard out there. I'm soaked. And because of the rain... Ha, you said it. Arakawa-kun, when's the next bus due? In a little under an hour. Looks like it passed through a little while ago. We've got no luck getting stuck in a bus stop in heavy rain for an hour. And because of the rain... Huh? Did we do something to you? Well, son took a bath. Do I smell? Regretting the interruption? Damn it! Mion got cocked-blocked. When I get my chance, I'll bury the two of them. Rika-san will continue afterward. Sure. If you really do it, I'll forgive you. Mion glares at both men with a suspicious, burning look. Both Tonegawa and Arakawa feel forced to take a step backwards. Ladies, do I really smell? You smell. You stink to high heaven. See, this is why I told you to lay off. You sweat more than you drink a lot. Does he smell that bad? I can't tell myself. He does. He reeks. Right? Even men need to take care of their appearance. Come on now. I'll be more careful. But I don't smell as bad as she's claiming, right? I don't smell anything. I don't notice much either. You smell, alright? You can tell by looking. By looking? For a suspicious pair of men to come to an isolated place like this, there can only be one reason. What reason? Rika buries her fist in Mion's stomach without a moment's pause. Mion curls up and falls silent after that. Please don't let it bother you. This girl's a little crazy. Rika-san, that really hurt, you know. I'm carrying our baby in this stomach, remember? Rika wraps her arms around Mion's neck. and strangles her in her armpit. Want me to make it so your body can never bear children? Rika-san, that hurts. That seriously hurts. Looks like you two get along really well. You friends? Friends? Heavens no. There is much more than that between me and Rika Oni-sama. Rika immediately slams her fist into Mion's stomach again. This time, Mion hits the ground. We're friends. I'm Rika. Rika Furude. This girl's Mion. Mion Sonozaki. Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Tonagawa. This is Arakawa-kun. By the way, he's still single. Okay. Why was that? Yeah, that's confusing. Tonagawa, please don't add more details you need to. What are your hobbies, Arakawa-san? What do you do for a living? See, here it comes. Be cool with your answer, man. For my hobbies, I like skiing sometimes, and my career is with the Ministry of Construction. You're with the River Bureau, right? Working on the dam project. Huh? Well, yes. You already knew. Wow, I'm surprised. Is this one of those? It's elementary, Watson sort of things. There's not so much to deduce. Only people involved with the dam project walk around in an outfit like that. Ha ha ha, it's just as you say. I'm impressed, Detective. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Tonagawa from the Ministry of Construction River Bureau, Urban River Office. I left the Erosion and Sediment Control Department in April, seeking handshake. Arakawa from the same Urban River Office, seeking handshake. Sonozaki from the same makes no sense to me. Seeking handshake from Rika. What makes no sense to me is your brain. A moment of silence passes. Rika makes no attempt to shake the hands offered to her. Did you really think that I'd shake your hand when you're one of the ones trying to destroy Hinamizawa? That's harsh, drawing his hand back. Did you think I'd shake your hand when you're one of the ones trying to defile Hinamizawa? That's harsh, drawing his hand back. Waiting for her handshake with a wry smile. We won't allow there to be a dam here in Hinamizawa, ignoring Mion and staring at the other two. Hinami River needs a dam. It will provide extraordinary contributions to the irrigation of the regions downstream, as well as flood control operations. No. We also need the electricity that a dam could generate. A generator outputting 350,000 kilowatts will be a boon to Japan's rapid economic growth. No. You can't ignore the effects the dam would have on development in the region either. It would be a huge contribution not only locally but also the advancement of industries and the railway cities around here. No. Mion remains frozen, looking for a handshake. Exasperated, Rika shakes her hand. Mion is silently overjoyed. Yay, she's blushing. See a little teardrop and the blushing. You can list all the niceties you want. None of them are a good reason to submerge Hinamizawa under a reservoir. Of course, we understand how you feel. However, there are still several conditions that make Hinamizawa most suitable for construction of the dam. The first is the layout of the terrain. Hinamizawa is where the Hinami River comes to the nearest point, and the bedrock here is granite. Those are both perfect conditions for the construction of a dam. So, Another important factor is its proximity to a center of demand for electricity, so there's a little lost in transmission. Also, as I mentioned before, it could get generated. And that's the same amount of energy is consumed by all of Cocoa. So, we can also raise our water storage efficiency. 200 times the dam capacity. So, in other words, once the is about built, the water will rise, the reservoir will span over 300 full kilometers. That's all the distance from Tokyo to Omonoma. So, the convenience of acquiring construction aggregate is also an important factor. We've calculated the Hinamizawa Dam will require 1.5 million cubic meters of aggregate. That's enough for 6 buildings. We can also win a hot spring strip too. So, Rika turns and glares at Mion. She stomps even closer to Mion, who has just interrupted their serious discussion. Huh? Haha, I hope we win one, you know? So, normally we win a pair of tickets, right? So let's go together if we win to the hot springs. So, well, when we get to the hot springs, we can wash each other's backs. Then when we're done, we can play ping pong in Yukata. So, then afterwards, we'll gaze at the fireworks show by the river through our window. Then once we've gotten into a nice mood, our fingers will suddenly entwine. And while it embarrasses you, you'll lean into me. Rika rapidly closes in on Mion, and the two exit the scene while screaming her usual line. The two from the Ministry of Construction stand there dumbstruck, unable to understand what was happening. Young girls nowadays sure get along well. I think that was slightly different than getting along. Bang, thud, several more sounds of blows pass. The two ministry men look at each other in shock. Afterwards, Rika returns to the scene, smacking her hands clean. Anyway, I'm opposed to the dam. You can't resort to violence. Both men back away while holding each other. Wait, well, I was opposed to the dam at first, too. Arakawa-kun. Dams cause destruction of the environment, after all. Right? Hi. Mion returns to the scene, clutching her stomach and staggering. That punch just now, it really hurt. Why would you do it? What would you have done if it ruptured my pancreas? Anyway, the dam is no good. In fact, it's absolutely bad, said while turning to Mion. Why is it a bad thing? Mion says while dodging exaggeratedly. Her stomach pain has disappeared, as if she were never hit at all. No, there doesn't need to be a reason for that. That's not a very good rebuttal then, Rika-san. You gotta have some reason, right? Henceforth, the two ministry men add exaggerated nods every time Rika expresses agreement with the dam. Occasionally, Rika glares at them, and they cower while still holding each other. I don't think the dam is really a bad thing. We learned about this in social studies, right? That it helps prevent flooding. That's blatant sophistry. When the area receives heavy rainfall, they have to drain it out, which actually causes flash floods. Did you know their operating standards are pretty lax? But the fact that it generates lots of electricity is good, isn't it? That's an incredible amount of power. That's blatant stuff. The truth is the electric output only goes down with every year due to sediment. Did you know they don't run generators during heavy rainfall because rocks can slip in and damage turbines? But also, once it's built, it really will contribute to Japan for a long time. That's blatant sophistry. Sediment only continues to build up, ultimately leaving the dam clogged with mud. Did you know that all dams have a lifespan too? We could have a Cuban or a Reuben or something. That's the sandwich artistry. Mion and Arakawa smile guiltily. Rika glares sharply at those around her. Both Mion and Arakawa shrivel up on the spot. It's often said that benefits of a dam go downstream while those upstream foot the bill. I think your arguments are valid, Rika-san. However, I really hope you'll appreciate its benefit toward irrigation works. You want to submerge Hinamizawa into a reservoir no matter what then. We truly understand the grief this must be causing everyone living in Hinamizawa, but of course that's why we're offering appropriate compensation. You mean the compensation money for our eviction? Of course, we're also working with others to see the construction of new apartments in the city. They're wonderful places to live with plenty of access to public services and close proximity to the station. That's a tempting offer, isn't it? I was born here in Hanamazao too, so it's not like I don't have any attachment to the place. But wouldn't it be kind of sad to spend my entire youth in this mountain village with only a few hundred homes? Cities are great. They have everything. You can really find all sorts of things we've only ever seen on TV. TV this, Tokyo that. That's all I've heard from you since you were sightseeing there. So what if I'm a wannabe? Just think about it. Do you know what the tallest building is here in Hanamizawa? It's a 3-story fire department. Are there any buildings with an escalator here in Hanamizawa? There aren't. There is an elevator, by the way. The elevator used to transport food for the elementary school. I'm sick of all that. So you're saying life in the city would be better than in your hometown? Your ancestors must be crying. I absolutely refuse to let my life end here in some backwater mountains. I want to live a normal life like a normal girl in a normal city surrounded by normal things. There actually are future story arcs where Rika is desperate to leave Hinamizawa herself and to go to an all-girls school and be all basically, I think she uses the phrase find herself, but there's also other things going on in the story too. They turn Satoko into a villain who repeatedly murders Rika because she doesn't want her friend to leave, which that's stupid. But it makes for a funny show. That's not the right word. Entertaining? Unique? Novel? I don't know. Either way, it's interesting. I still want more Hinamizawa. I want more Higurashi. I want a new... it's it's July 12th of 2025. I want a new Higurashi game and a new Higurashi anime to come out in 2026. Do you think the people in Hinamizawa are capable of living in a city? That's their problem. They like this place so much that they can stay here. Don't drag me into it. My family's poor, so we couldn't move even if we wanted to. But thanks to compensation money, we'll finally have enough to move into the city. What do you think will happen to us if the dam project's cancelled? Don't tie me down to these mountains any longer. Tears well up in Mion's eyes, full of violent emotion. Rika stands there with little to say, and the two ministry men anxiously watch over both of them. Suddenly, Rika turns on her heel and exits the scene. I'm going to go to the bathroom. But Rika-san... Rika exits quickly. Mion gets a hold of herself and starts to follow after, but Arakawa suddenly lets out a groan. Is he dying? Arakawa-kun! Are you alright? He's been feeling poorly since the weekend ended. Apparently he keeps feeling pain all of a sudden. There's a bathroom around back. Oh, but right now Rika-san's using it. It's not a stomachache. Are you alright? Arakawa-kun! I'm sorry. It'll settle down soon. You're working yourself too hard. You should get yourself checked out by a doctor. I'm sorry. I'm fine now, though my head's still throbbing. Yeah. It almost sounds like a... subarachnoid hemorrhaging. I don't know what this word means, and obviously sub is, under. Arachnoid, main thing I know a rack is, spiders. Maybe it's talking about a spider web. So maybe the way the capillaries are in the brain. And hemorrhaging is, well, bleeding and tearing. At any rate, you're resting tomorrow. Go have a doctor check you out at the major hospital. You're right, sorry. It really started hurting all of a sudden. Now that you mention it, my head hurts too. Yeah, it's throbbing. That's not good. You might have caught a cold. It is raining out. Blackout. Bad signs, a little headaches, nothing to worry about. We'll call it here. Later, guys.